Hello, let's do a dry pedicure for one of my clients. She's been my client for a good few months, and whenever she comes, she regularly have the wet pedicure, and she always have a pedicure once a month. So her feet and her nails are in quite an okay shape. However, today is the first time she is trying the dry pedicure. We were both quite surprised by the amount of dry skin that came out. Of course, the last time she had a pedicure was a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. So, and she always have a lot of dried skin cells, or gunk, dead skin cells on her feet anyway, and we always slough it off quite nicely. However, this is the first time we do a completely dry pedicure, and it was quite an experience for her as well as for me because of the amount of dead skin cells that came out. So as you can see, I was explaining to her that with a wet pedicure, we don't really see the dead skin cells because the toe is wet, the skin is wet, and we don't want to cause harm. So we are erring on the side of cautiousness in order to not harm when we perform the wet pedicure. So at this point, we cut her toenails to quite short, as short as we can. So in order to allow the side walls to grow out, and her toenails are digging into her skin. That's just how her toenails grows. It's the same with her hands as well, on her fingers. The way the nail grows is it kind of like hugs and deep quite in. I don't know whether this has been caused by trauma, or it's just her genetics, or if this has been, something has been ruined before I have her on as my client. Since day one, her toenails as well as some of her fingernails grow quite deep into the skin, but this is not, it doesn't puncture the skin, so this is not an ingrown. I'm guessing this is just, we're just guessing, me and her, this is just how her nails her nail grows, and she has quite deep pockets on the side of her nails, so we need to clean it quite well. She is very good at brushing, even though she is a little bit more advanced in years, and bending down and cleaning her toes in the shower is really difficult for her. She does, how will I say, she does brush her nails every time she take a shower. So it helps, even though she didn't manage to have them completely clean. But this is how it kind of turns out. We take off all the dead skin cells. We cleaned most of the gunk from underneath the nails, and we did what we call as a normal, polish. We applied the polish afterwards, and this is her favorite color, and that's it.